Hari Om to all the Divine Atma Jyotis. Let us continue our Bhaja Govindam contemplation. Today it is Shloka number 15. So who would like to share your views?
I'll go, sir.
Yes, Shubhaji.
Yeah, Shankaracharya ji, he wants us to focus on ourselves. He's saying that even though we are literally in the deathbed, like we have become old, become toothless, and can't even move, or we have a lot of diseases, still our desires do not go. So he's asking us to get above, literally move above all these things and focus on ourselves is what is...
So we'll take 15, 16, 17 together?
Yeah. So the 16th one, yeah. So these are all, I feel he's all giving us examples of how our life goes on. Like we may lead a life of ascetic, like we may be taking alms and we may live under the trees. We may be living like a sannyasi, but yet the bondage of desire does not leave us. We are like still that, the story which you referred last time, sir, which where he starts with the
Kaupina.
Kaupina, and then he goes and buys a cat. Then it goes on and on. We should not get into the bondage of those desires is what he's asking us to focus on. 17th one. Okay. The focus here is more on the ritualistic practice which we all do during our lifetime, like dana, dharma, and the yaga, yajna, all that things which we do. Even though you do all those things, but if you are devoid of knowledge and you do it as a like barter system, that's not going to help you is what Shankaracharya ji is putting our focus on.
Excellent. Thank you, Shubhaji.
Thank you, sir.
Deepaji, your views?
Yes, sir. Even though the body becomes old, the hair turns gray, and the mouth is toothless, the old person will grasp the stick and move about. But still, the desires in his heart wouldn't go. Even at the last minute, he would be thinking of being alive and enjoying this world. Though, and he doesn't realize that it is a suffering. That's it for this shloka, sir. Though he's leading a life of an ascetic, receiving alms and living under the trees, the subconscious mind will have all the desires still. Though he wants to lead the life of an ascetic, since the mind is not yet purified, all the bondage of desire will not leave him. That's it for this shloka. If even if we go on a pilgrimage to the place where Ganga joins the sea, and since there's a belief that taking bath in the river Ganga will wash our sins, even if that is done, or all the religious vows are observed with care, or we are going to offer gifts to the God, and if we don't have this knowledge, will not be released from this world. Even in 100 lives, we are not yet released. according to all the schools of thought. I mean, the Vedas and all. That's it.
All right. Thank you, Deepaji. Prakashji, your views?
Okay, so it's the first one, Dangam Galitam, it's essentially telling though the body gets aged and all its functioning reduces over a period of time, but the desires doesn't go. So he's saying though the capacity, the capability is gone, but the desire in the mind is not going. That is the nature. He's trying to explain it. In the second one, the Agre Vahnihi Prushte Bhanu. So he's trying to tell, I mean, whatever we do, whatever the karmas we do, it is not helping for taking away the desires. So you can sleep under the tree, you can do the karada, you can do the bhiksha, you can do uh, tapasya, etc. But whatever you do, it is not helping to take away the desires. And so is in the next sloka, he says, if you go on for a pilgrimage, let's say you take bath in Ganga, you start doing some vrat, unless you have the dhyana, unless you have, I think he's also trying to explain the difference or the importance of jnana versus the karmas here. So unless you have the jnana, you will not be able to get the mukti. So that's how he's explaining the importance of jnana versus anything else.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prakashji.
Thank you.
Sarunaji?
Yeah. So the way I see it is like one is not going to get knowledge or get better with age. What you are today, the nature will continue as you get old as well. The desires will continue to be there. So you're not going to be able to think about this as you if one thinks that like after getting older, like I will spend time. No, the desires will continue to be there. Okay, and again, just changing the external looks is not going to make any difference, right? It's not about I'm going and staying in ashram. I will become free. It's not about where you live, how you live. The desires will continue, and one has to realize he can be anywhere, here or wherever. It doesn't matter whether it's in the city or in the Himalayas, right? It doesn't matter. Yeah, and the third one is very correctly said. Karma is not going to get one out of the bondage. It's the jnana. Without that jnana, like whatever you do, it's going to be incomplete. Yeah.
Wonderful. So when we look at our lives, there are fundamentally two aspects. There is knowledge, there is action.
Action.
There is a being and there is a activity. So when we look at any particular phenomena, effect, behind an effect, there is a cause.
Yeah.
So if there is, let's say, fumes appearing, there may be fire. So like that, Shankaracharya ji here is through these three helping us to see what is at the root of the suffering. So far, he has painted a picture till the Shloka 15. He has painted a picture of the nature of the suffering. what we generally run behind, what generally a human runs behind in life, money, wealth, possession, and how slowly one by one he has peeled those layers off, showing how they are temporary. Now here, through these three, is taking us deeper into the core, the root cause of the suffering. So he begins by showing how desire is never ending. Desire for something is never ending. So in this shloka, he is showing, even though the body may be becoming old, but it perpetuates, the cycle of desires perpetuate. So one may wonder, okay, so in order to give up the desire, what should I give up? Let me give up the desire. So the effect is what people generally see. Somebody being very happy, even in a simple cloth, sitting under a tree. The cultural stories prompt us to look into, oh, maybe this dress, this way of living is going to bring an end. So again here, Shankaracharya ji is prompting us to focus on what is the root cause. Why are you focused on the effects? Go to the root. And what is the root? Behind the action, there is a thought. So behind anything that happens in the world, there is a thinking. So it is like trying to keep on wiping the floor where there is water, rather than looking at what is the source of that water on the floor. I will never be able to completely wipe away the water unless I go to the source and fix the hole. Like that, from where is all the cycle of desire coming? So it is in the thinking process. And what is the basis of the thinking? It is the kind of the information that I have gathered. So by jnana, therefore, here Shankaracharya ji is prompting us to focus on one special kind of jnana, because everything that we do in the world is out of jnana only. But the jnana that he's referring to is the knowledge of the self, the paravidya. So he's prompting us. So what is that can give you the release? Realize that. Go behind that. So he's prompting us to look into the root cause. And what is the way by which we can come out of that bondage? So what is the true pill through which we can come out of this ill? So that is what is prompting us to consider. Are there any other questions or any other points coming to anybody's mind about these three? Okay, if not, let us end the contemplation here. Hari Om.